Yo, 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 what's up? Good morning. What's up? Good morning? Good morning, Hannas. What's up? Hello, hello. Welcome to it's fine. What's today? Thursday? Thursday edition of the new and improved Good Morning, Hannas. I am the host, Nikki Hannas. I make music, heavy blues, metal, some hard rock and roll. NikkiBHannas.com, NikkiBHannas.bandcamp.com, and Nikki Hannas. You see it right there on all streaming services. This is the third iteration of the morning show. Running late. I got to get my morning time down to a science. I was messing around. I've been messing around with this. I feel good about this. I like the morning show. So hello to everybody. Took my walk this morning. It's like muggy. It was super rainy past couple of days, but not today. Today it's almost back to normal. But it is what it is. I also found this cool website because once upon a time in my life, right? Like I just plugged my music, which you should all go listen to if you find yourself here. And if you find yourself here, hey, I appreciate you. But once upon a time when I wanted to make music, it was like a mystery. It was a mystery how to go from this idea in my head, this song in my head to teach it to my people, to then record it, which was its own endeavor. Going from having it recorded to putting it on a CD was its own endeavor, to getting it on the streaming services was its own endeavor. And I found out it's pretty easy to do all that. And as with everything, once you do something once, you can do it again and replicate, keep going. So now this GM Hannas, good morning with Hannas. Someone's in the chat. Yo, what up? Good morning, son. I found out this podcast is officially on most podcast services now. Hell yeah. So it's on Apple Podcasts, it's on iHeartRadio Podcast, Spotify. To me, it's all about just diversifying the portfolio. And for me as well, just like, my man EMP, what's up? Breakfast with Benny? Damn, what are you eating for breakfast, dude? I ain't eating breakfast. I had like half an energy drink and this fine black coffee right here. Straight from the Keurig, son. But like I was saying, once upon a time, it was a mystery, just like with music, with this. I mean, I've mentioned it before, but now that I'm starting fresh, here's the backstory. For years, I've been like, I had this thought in my brain where, man, wouldn't that be cool to be on YouTube? Wouldn't that be cool to have a live chat to interact with? Wouldn't that be cool just to have that be something to do? Wouldn't that be cool if, like, God willing, and, if you're good at it, man, what a life that would be. How free could you be if you could just be a podcaster? The only way to do it is to start doing it. So, like, when I first got sober, I attempted to, that was my first actual foray into like doing the YouTube thing. And I had called that series of videos, I called that the Hannas Meditations, because I've always wanted it to be on brand. And at this point, I've been playing music long enough, and I created this goofy alter ego for myself. So let's keep playing with this. Let's keep it going like that, And when I got sober, it was like, all right, let's just do one video a week. The Hannas Meditations, modeled after Marcus Aurelius' Meditations. Now the difference is Marcus Aurelius didn't really intend for people to read his thoughts. It just, as history happens, as legacy happens, it became one of the most, well, it's the most popular, but one of the most like critical pieces of Stoic philosophy too. But to me, it was like, this is weird, uncharted territory. Getting sober without the threat of government behind it, it was a little different. Voluntarily choosing to get sober instead of being on county probation or something. So I'd go in the basement, I'd throw the sunglasses on because, you got to keep the shades on. And I would get there and I would talk about whatever. And that was weird because I was doing it on my phone. And then I'd have to like, not really edit the video, but hope that the one take was real good. And my mentality's always been like, fuck it, we're doing it live. So if the one take's not that good, I already feel weird doing this. I already feel weird talking into a camera, hoping someone gives a shit. And, being willing to subject myself to no one giving a shit. But that's like playing heavy metal, dude. Like it's the same on one level. That's the exact same thing. And I would upload them. And, I think I made maybe 15, 16 videos with that before I dropped it and abandoned it, which is like an unfortunate MO of mine, that trying to get over that. So that was my first foray into YouTube. The second foray into YouTube was the first iteration of this season 1 of BS with Hannas, which is this YouTube channel and which is the podcast you can go look up. BS with Hannas. I'm the host, Nikki Hannas. What's up? What's up? The second one, that was more, I was trying to do long form, and it was a lot of fun with my ghost hosts. I'd have my friends out here and we'd talk some shit. And that could go from talking about working out and diet, lifestyle, and, friendships and all that stuff to, man, one time me and my boy Butterball were in here spiraling about lizard people and hallucinogenic drugs. So it was going everywhere, which was a lot of fun. And I'm happy I did it because now I can do this, which is the third iteration. Good morning, be honest. It's right about 8:40 in the morning. So I'm pushing it. I need to get my ass moving and get to the gym, but it's still, third iteration, third time's a charm, dude. If I can link it to my morning system therefore has to get better. And it's pretty detached. If I'm not going for the hour long, Joe Rogan style or whatever, like the conventional podcast game, I'm thinking let's just aim for 5, 10, 15 minutes every day and just say what's up to the people. My man EMP's in the chat, keeping it real, big time supporter. And I appreciate that. But it's not even, I had to get over that hump in my brain of it not being about that, not being about reach, not being about like fulfillment. Let's just do this real quick in the morning before I go about my business, because it's going to enable me. And now I have to get up, now I can't just sleep until now. There was too many times, sober or not, like I'm still susceptible to oversleeping and craving comfort, begrudgingly getting up and attacking the day versus adamantly getting up and attacking the day. And that's the kind of motherfucker I'm trying to grow into. I'm getting better. I'm better than I ever been, but definitely not as good as I'll ever be. So I like that. Let's do this in the morning and just say what's up to the people, man. I got up, took my walk, threw that weighted jacket on, and here I am. But, in my tangential thinking, just like once upon a time, it was really hard to conceptualize how to get my music on Spotify or iTunes or, whatever. It's real easy. So now this podcast is live on most podcast hosting services from a website I found called Podbean, PODBEAN.com. So shout out Podbean. And, you just make an account, bang, bang, distribute that. We out there. So fucking A. Is there a message today? Not really. Took my walk. I was listening to The Deep End with Taylor Welch, because that's an interesting channel, spiritual, scientific, and talking about brain reward systems. And I'm not just going to quote nothing I listened to. Still, yesterday I listened to the Dan Pena episode, and it's funny because he calls podcasters pod fucks, because that's a dude who's just been in the game. Like it's an interesting thing to think about. Oh, I want to be a podcaster, because some motherfucking podcasters out here making millions of dollars a day for doing nothing. They're doing something. They're entertaining people, bringing some kind of value to people, or giving them something they want. So I don't know. I need to get over that bullshit, because what happened to me when I was doing the Hannas cast, if I had my friends, awesome. This is fun. No strings attached, no pressure, no nothing. If I'm in here doing it by myself, though, it's like, dude, what am I doing? What am I fucking giving people? Why am I doing this? There's no immediate thing in it for me. And then I get held up in that short-sightedness of, well, I'm not getting any reward right now. Why am I going to keep continuing to do it in the long term in hopes of a reward that may or may not motherfucking ever come? This, to me, right now, I like this format. So this is fucking episode number 3. Oh, what'd you have for breakfast, dude? Ground beef, peppers, onion, coffee, then a ghost. Yeah, buddy, we're on the same shit. I just don't like to eat breakfast. If I eat in the morning, dude, it just slows me down. Every now and then I'll have like a protein bar before I go to the gym just to have something. That's usually just when I do legs, though, because fucking squatting heavy takes it out of me. I was supposed to do my legs yesterday, and then my fucking gym partner called me as I left my house. He's like, yeah, what's up, bud? I just left. I'm like, fuck, dude. And that's what happens when you got a reputation for not being punctual and on time. Motherfuckers don't like to wait around for you, so enjoy. So I did shoulders instead, which is just fine. I'm in the gym every day. I'll switch a day around if I want to, but I like the split I got going. I believe in getting up and getting after it every fucking day, and this is going to help me. So this is number 3. If I had to give something to the people, give something to the people, EMP, I got nothing for you because you're a fucking gangster. I admire you and I look up to you, brother. Just got to fucking get in, get after it every day, dude. Got up this morning, took my walk. So that's another couple miles under my feet. Did a little bit of reading, did some research on how to optimize how to optimize podcasts for but most potential reach. I changed the signature in the YouTube. So if you look at the more information on the YouTube videos now, I just literally copy pasted. I asked AI how to like, I forget the exact prompt I had, but I asked Grok something. I'm like, how do you optimize a YouTube title and description? And I just copy pasted his fucking answer. So maybe those keywords and hotkeys will get some people in here. Get some people in here for the cause. Because in the morning, get up, get done, do some good shit before you got to go to work. When I did 75 hard last year, I ended up doing the phase one portion of it also. Phase one means you have to do other stuff. Like you have your basic tasks for 75 hard, and then you have to do the 3-item power list. So that's just extra stuff that you choose what you do each day. You got to do the 5-minute cold shower, and you got to do a 10-minute active visualization. I've been bringing the cold showers back too, because that shit's like, man, cold showers or cold plunges or whatever, that's a fucking crazy experience. I just put on some death metal when I'm in the shower, get that shit cold and suffer through it, because that's the only thing you can do in a cold shower is suffer through it. But man, as soon as I'm done, dude, I feel tapped in, dude. It seems to me as if you kind of prime your body and mind for some kind of download. You like open the gates up for good things. I've never gotten done a cold shower and still been miserable, or still been like in a shitty, pessimistic, suffering type of mood. And it's kind of, it's hard to do. Once I fell out of practice, I'm like, dude, I don't feel like doing this shit again. I don't feel like getting cold like that, bull. But it's a good thing. But in my month of visualizations, in an ideal world, I'm doing exactly this. Get up, get that body moving, get that blood flowing, get out here and talk to the people, put your name out there, put your face out there, albeit with sunglasses on, and just propagate whatever the fuck you are. There's a good argument that we're all a personal brand, and there's a good argument that this is where the whole thing's fucking going anyway. You know what I mean? Get up, take that walk, read some books, get some good stuff going into your brain, into your mental diet, give something as an offering to the world, go hit the gym, hit that shit heavy. And then, by the time I'm done that, I'm ready to go to work. I got to get to work after that because I'm a working man still right now. But fucking hey, by the time 10 o'clock hits, I'm like done 4 or 5 good things that most people just straight up don't do. They just straight up don't do these kind of things. They don't think this type of way. And, for better, it's not even better or worse. It's just for who I am and who I want to be and where I want to go in life. That's like the fucking secret sauce right there. Get that shit done early. Go about your business in the day. Once your business is done, then you can play. That's a cool thing. In theory, that's where I'd like to go. And if I can build my life into something awesome, then that's a winning formula. That's a winning formula, it sounds like to me, but, it all starts with doing this. This is episode number 3 of the Good Morning Be Hannas. So good morning to y'all. Thank you for being here. You can find this on YouTube, iHeartRadio. Does anyone even use iHeartRadio? I guess people do. Spotify, Apple Podcasts. And by linking this up to all that, now I got to keep doing it. If I were to quit now, after, I don't care about the $10 a month or whatever. I think it's like $24 a month for them to host it as a aggregator website. Who cares? That's a few dollars in the grand scheme of things. It's about having myself accountable to, if someone subscribes to that and then it stops being produced, man, quitting again, motherfucker, that's soft. So let's just not be soft. I can put 10, 15 minutes every morning to fucking get down here and talk about nothing, yet talk about everything. So that's it. What do I got in my book today? I kind of like this. I like ending with positive thinking every day. Shout out to you, Dr. Vincent Norman Peale. Today is May 29th. If you love people, you inevitably get back love in return and therefore experience a joy that makes you a happy person. Yeah, fucking A. Do I love people? That's a question for the ages. I love some people. Some people definitely get love. Generally speaking, I don't know. That's a fucking crazy thing. But we should be people who love people, right? Isn't that a good thing? Is it good to be good? Is it good to just love everybody? I don't know. Maybe I'll ponder that one throughout the day. But for right now, I'm done with this. Hitting my 15-minute mark. I'm not going to go too late. Then I'll fucking get wrapped up in tangential spiraling. But I did bring back the shitty intro music, so I'll keep it going with the shitty outro music. I ain't stopping. Nikki B. Hannas. NikkiBeHannas.com. NikkiBeHannas.bandcamp.com. Nikki B. Hannas on all streaming services. BS with B. Hannas on all podcast services. Ooh, that plug's getting longer. Yeah, I like that. Keep it real. One love. Motherfucking peace.